No, because it's already 7:30 my time.
Okay, we're going.
I have no objections. Welcome back, everybody, to a lost episode of Offbeat Melody, aka the arc I meant to run months ago. Don't worry about that. We're here now.
Dingus.
Yes. 1 second, moving my cup so I can get access to my dice. Something I should have done before we started recording, but here we are anyway. So where we last left off was, I'm going to say towards the middle. Well, that wouldn't make much sense, but I'm going to say it was towards the middle-ish part of the day when you guys had just gotten back, and Hal, sweet, lovable Hal, you have a lion in your house.
I sure do.
Bug parts.
It's on my couch. It's fine.
It's on your couch. He's on your couch. He's sleeping at night. But there becomes a really big question here. This dude's got a rival corporate logo to an organization similar to Spindle, Shear. Wait. Frey. Wrong verb. Why did I say she? So you probably should figure out where he came from and if he's alone.
Okay.
Oh, that's to the whole group. That's not just necessarily to you. You just there's a lion on your couch. What do you do?
Well, first I make sure it has enough food.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and call Isaac and see if he knows anything about this, this other corporation. Just out of curiosity.
Yes, Frey. Here, hold on, approach. Got that written down because I wanted to make sure I remembered that PH.
Frey.
So yeah, you get a call on your phone, Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac. How much later after the is this like the same day?
I'm gonna say it's the evening of the same day, yes.
Okay. I guess Isaac. Okay, Isaac would answer. What's up?
Yeah, Isaac. I have this lion on my couch, and it's got bug parts, and it's eating a lot of food real fast.
It is just in fact.
Maybe tell Chuck to stay in the basement.
No, he was at the kitchen. He was in the kitchen when I brought him in, and he has not come back up. So I guess he got that himself. Do you know anything about this Frey crap? Because I
not much more than what.
I gotta tell you, Isaac, I can only handle one lion with bug parts in my house. If we find any more, it's gonna have to go somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh, do you mean Zoe?
No. I mean the literal lion with bug parts that we brought home today.
So actually, that was actually going to be a question. Because of the time, I think Isaac would have gone to Spindle and checked in with, I believe it was Dave in Records and Research. I think that's the name TT gave him. And just do find out what they could tell Isaac about Frey.
Sure. So we're going to bounce to you then for a little bit to do this pre-research part. So you head into Spindle.
My character.
Yep. Is his name Dave? Fantastic.
Pretty sure it's Dave.
So you go into the desk. I'm assuming you go to the front desk and ask for Dave, because I don't think have you been to Dave's part of Spindle before?
Yeah, it's down in Records. Like, he's technically part of my team, being a professional. But yeah, I would just go, right down to talk to him.
Okay, so you go down to the records, which is probably, if as it is in my imagination, a long, big, dusty room full of files. Because that's what every records room turns into, no matter the building. I'm not saying that from experience, having climbed through several. Um, and you find there is Dave, and he is quietly poring over a set of documents that look like they haven't seen the light of day in over 30 years, because it almost looks like they're typewritten, put out, sort of a deal. And he's just poring over some notes.
And knock on the desk, get his attention.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, Isaac. Hi. How are you doing? What can I do for you?
Just needing to look up something. Uh, you ever hear of something called Frey? The rival corporation they had us do that seminar, sit through a seminar through.
Frank, I know exactly who you're talking about. Those absolute crackpots. And that's not in a nice way. They're insane. Hold on a second. Hold on. I got a file in the back. And you see him like go to like quarter of the way down. He takes right, and the unlatching the door as it then opens up, goes back in, and he comes back out, and he's holding this
Oh,
big.
while he's gone, I was going to look at the file that he was poring over.
Um, it seems to be an account from further up north from reporters in Canada of a rogue ghost moose.
Oh no.
But like it's dated like 1970 something, right? It's like it's an old document.
Okay, I'll file that away.
And he comes shuffling back out, and he slams down a folder that is bulging with all sorts of things. Like I've been dying to tell somebody about my theories about Frey, right? Right? So like Frey was our competition. He slams this thing out, and out just comes dozens of like receipts and pictures, and it's almost like a miniature Pepe Sylvia board in a folder. And he's like, so I've been trying to track down every single thing these guys have done because like 20 years ago, like not 20 years ago, what was it? 20 years ago is when they bought the property. Right. So about like 2 or 3 years ago, they vanished off the face of the fucking earth. Their corporate office is a field, right? And like corporate office a field, their big secret research layer, no one knows where it is. There's nothing going on there. On like every single employee that ever existed suddenly got a death certificate of random times. Right? Right? Completely nuts, completely mental. But we remember it. Like it was a company, but no one knows what the fuck happened to it. All we know is that the rich guy. What was his name? Ah, I'm not digging through my notes to remember who the crazy guy's name is. I don't even remember if I said it. Oh shit. And he's like looking through it, flipping through things. Something that is very much a picture of a beat up 1974 Volkswagen. Looks like it's been through hell and back and has a tree through the middle of it. It's there. There's a receipt from some dude named Steve who ordered Quiznos back in 10 years ago. Uh,
The recording that they found with Anthony, did it was dated, right?
yeah.
Um, does the date? How does the date line up with their supposed dissolution? Before or
So
after?
the date from there, their sudden and rapid almost bloop and they're gone erasing, um, is about 7-ish years before that.
Okay, so this experiment was done after they went underground.
Yeah, so there was a period of time where nothing was really happening. So like they were active in rivals, and they just kind of stopped doing a whole lot of stuff or working on something, and then they just vanished. Like we're not talking like, oh, you can go check out their abandoned buildings and try to grab any scrap of intel. They went to the building where the developed lot was with this massive parking lot, and it was a field like it hadn't been touched, that it never was developed in the first place. But
Like they'd been rewritten out of it.
like it had been cut out and the original thing inserted again. However, it was done poorly because there's reference notes, there's these documents, and like some of these are like actual legitimate files. Two or three of these are actually case reports where Frey agents clashed with Spindle agents over different things. Some of these are documents, stolen intel. But if you're flipping through these files, he's trying to remember this dude's name. There it is. It's like, ah, yeah, Haskell Moore. Yeah, this rich fuck comes out of nowhere. He buys up the company a while back. He's getting involved, getting invested, buys some property just a little bit up north of here. And we're thinking, like, oh, they're going to be doing, like, trying to get the scoop on Melody, right? So maybe, like, we put more effort and money into this area. And then the dude fucking vanishes. And we're not talking, like, rich dude sells out everything, vanishing, like, going off to Aruba. Because there's a trail you can follow there. They don't think there is, but there is. I tried. I checked everything. I checked the black market. I checked the green market. I checked the gray market. Nothing. And at this point, Dave is looking like he's a madman. Completely
Isaac's just
disheveled. Like this is the you pushed the button moment.
yeah, and Isaac's just like, I could blow his mind right now, but I don't know if that would be safe. Let's do it anyways. And Isaac's like, well, here's why I was asking, and he slides across the recorder. Logo look
And you
familiar?
see this dude freeze.
Found that out in the hills, the desert hills outside of town.
And he kind of like gently like reaches for it and picks it up as if it's a fragile ancient artifact. And he presses the play button. And you hear through the audio the same thing before, where it goes through a case files worth of information, starts doing it, and then Haskell Moore interrupts, being a crazy son of a bitch, like, we put a lion through the bug dimension to see what happens. And then it stops and he goes, oh, Isaac, do you know what you've just done for me by giving me this?
Fueled an unhealthy obsession.
Buddy, he points to the file. This was a dumpster fire. You just filled the entire alleyway with napalm.
Well, that's why. Well,
Where did you say you got this again?
I mean, not really ready to bring it to Dr. Wynn or anyone higher up yet, but I want to, make sure it is something before I waste time. But
Dr. Wynn's busy with some of the higher bigwigs anyway. If you had gone up there, you would have found the locked door. I tried going up there earlier to deliver information, and he didn't even... It's sitting on the floor right there. It's like he didn't even have an office. Stupid email.
So, as it goes, so I'd heard that there were reports of some kind of insectoid creature hovering around, and you don't know if you saw the notes, but there was a killing last night. So I went to go search around. Didn't really find anything conclusive, except I did find that which looked to have might have been an abandoned nest.
Well, I can only wildly speculate on this information that they've just thrown at me. That with a bug dimension, we don't even... Did they find a bug? What's a bug dimension? Like that alone's gonna take me like years of just poring over like my scraps of information that I have here and the entire wall in there that I'm not letting you see. Um, but what this shows is that they were actively doing experiments, probably relatively close, and within the time span when they kind of went quiet, and we were like, they're not actively threatening us, so we're gonna leave them alone before they fucked off the face of the earth.
And if they were messing with dimensional stuff, that could explain where they went.
Exactly, but like I that's dangerous things to be messing with. Messing with temporal stuff alone gets you all weebly wobbly we wonky shit. Uh, hmm.
But
I'll dig
you
into what I
said
can on
something
my
about
end.
you said something about Frey had recently purchased something. Or
Recently
did they have any holdings
purchased,
in Melody?
not directly in Melody. That was why we bought the base here and set it up here in town. Frey set up just a little bit north. Hold on, I got a map over here, and he runs over and he grabs the map. Um, Map of Melody. I had it saved. So if you look at the map of Melody, like the big regional map here, he pulls out a regional map, slams it down on the table. So from what I can tell, the property that I address was roughly right around here in the area just south of the long grass geothermal bullshit, in between where the Den of the Thunder Lizards is, which is a fun attraction. You should go take a check out there. And that one weird guy, Gurgle Stern.
Yeah, I've heard some interesting things about that place.
Yeah, I went once a couple of years back. I don't know if you like wax figures or not, but like, he was doing something to them, man. They were freaky as fuck. Like there wasn't one that didn't hit the uncanny valley, which is like a level of respect that they messed up enough that they hit the uncanny valley several times in different ways. But they did have a really cool like stuffed trout, furred trout thing. I've always wanted one of those like a singing trout, but like put it up on the wall over there. It'd make Gwen so mad, but it would brighten my
Oh
day
my god, it would.
because
But
like we just hook up one of the office devices for communication to it, and then you just like Wynn's trying to talk to you through the office communication device, but it's not the office communication device. It's a furred trout yelling at you. You can't take it seriously at that point.
oh wow, that would be great. But yeah, don't let them see that. That would. I don't think they programmed him with a sense of humor, if you know what I mean.
I ain't never seen a funny bone in that kid since I've worked here, and I've been working here for a long time.
But I'll let you
Uh,
get to it. I've been out hiking in the desert, so I'm beat.
yeah, you go get some rest, kid. Hey, also, check out the library. I don't have, for whatever fucking reason, I am mad. I didn't write it down, and I banned from the library. So you can probably, if you go through their old records, find something there.
All right.
But you need this, and he has like one hand, like almost like clawed hooked into the audio device.
I prefer to hold on to it for for the moment, but it's got to get filed eventually, right?
Now, if they put it in artifact storage, those fuckers in fucking artifact storage. Tell you what, I'll let you have it, but you gotta promise me you bring it back. I gotta put it on my board.
Yeah.
He says,
Well, of
pointing
course.
to the locked door. Awesome, awesome. I trust you, Isaac. Best of luck hunting for that weird bug thing. If going by what they're saying, it's probably some weird, completely insectile covered skin organism that they retrieved out from the wormhole instead of something like, I don't know, shoving a lion through there. Who the fuck would shove a lion through a portal?
If there's anybody, it'd be Pascal.
Yeah. Haskell, you crazy bastard. You were mad before you started doing drugs anyway. Anyways, you take care, Isaac.
Okay. And Isaac will leave, and it's like, and yeah, so how Frey's like spindle if like the notch was like 50% more unhinged, and Isaac recounts what he can, summarizing some of his rambling.
Okay, that's worrying to a degree I didn't know I could be worried. We're probably gonna have to go look at that, aren't we?
Yeah.
He said something about the library. Suppose we should start there tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be a good place. We could meet up there.
How did he get banned from the library? How did he get banned from the library, Isaac?
I really there is like a pause as Isaac's just like goes, I was afraid to ask, honestly.
That's fair.
I have to work with this guy.
That's fair. All right. I'm gonna call Celia and see if she's up for it again tomorrow. Crandall doesn't have a cell phone, so that's out. Shit. Guess we could just go
I
pick
think
him up.
he's staying with me. Alcohol apparently told him to be my roommate, I guess, and there's like 5 question marks.
What? Why?
And then Isaac's just like, oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say anything about like the plan. And he's just like, goes, I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe he thought he'd be lonely. Okay, I'm gonna call Celia now. Okay, so he does that. He calls Celia and sees if she's still awake.
Yellow.
Yeah, Celia?
Yeah?
I guess Isaac went to Spindle to figure out what the hell Clicky here is came from. Apparently it's worse than Spindle.
That's a pretty high bar.
A little bit.
Any leads?
He said they had a place like way outside of Melody that just vanished one day.
Yeah, vanishing towns. That's not a red flag at all.
No, it's not. So like I said, I'm only equipped to handle one giant lion bug thing. If we find more, I don't know what we're gonna do with them.
This whole government conspiracies thing, it's kind of new territory to me, but what do you got in mind?
Honestly, I don't know. This is out of my problem solving skills.
Well, I'm sure we'll think of something together. Listen, I would be happy to brainstorm with you, but can you do me a favor very, very urgently?
Is there more fucking gingerbread men in your house?
Yeah, I kind of woke up tied to my bed, and I can't really move right now.
Oh, Jesus.
I hear drums.
Alright, just give me a minute. he hangs up and runs out to the car and starts driving to Celia's house.
So you get to Celia's house, and you go in, and she is in fact tied down with licorice rope. The ropes are in fact licorice. Um, there are at least 10 gingerbread men. One is standing triumphantly, like on her stomach. The other ones are like just randomly punching in places. Somehow she's got her phone still nestled up by her head. You don't know how she called you, or if that was the gingerbread men, because it looks like there's crumbs on the screen, but you're not sure if that was them or just one she bit already.
Also, her legs are propped up in the corner of the room.
Guys, can you fuck off for the night? Just like take a break. I'm dealing with giant, like, insect lions. I don't have time for your nonsense.
One of the gingerbread men looks to you, looks behind you, his eyes widen. He screams something in Cookie, retreat! And all of a sudden they bounce.
Celia, I need you to look behind me and tell me what's there.
What do you mean?
There's something behind me and I don't want to turn around like this is a weird horror movie, okay? What's behind me?
I can't really get a good look at it from this angle, but... Wait a minute, is that Melina? Oh, hey Melina, here girl.
It is in fact Melina the dog.
Okay, good.
And Melina runs in as the Cookie Men are like trying to climb out a window. One of them is almost there, and then the jaws of Melina like snap around him, crunching him in half. He screams in agony, but it's not enough because it's a dog and gingerbread. Those things are like crack cocaine, and just going to town on this gingerbread man.
Oh, yeah, I sure hope that's good for her. He goes over and, like, snaps the licorice off.
Thanks, Hal.
How the hell did they even get this much fucking licorice?
I don't know. Who even eats licorice?
Is it black licorice?
No, it's red.
Well, it's red licorice, so I guess at least they have some taste.
They're not
Take a
monsters.
bite out of it. That's not bad. Why is the black licorice so god-awful, then?
I don't know, I think it's some kind of conspiracy. People are trying to make you think that it tastes good and it's good for you or something. No idea.
Can you hand me my legs there?
Yeah, sure. Gets her legs for her.
She pulls herself together, then stands up and claps her hands together. So, a spindle rival, huh?
Rival, cracked out cousin, one of the two. It just sounds like they do things because, like, Spindle has, like, plans. I think this one just does it because.
That's worrying.
Yeah.
I mean, with Isaac, we at least have an inside man.
Yeah.
So these are the guys who just stuck a lion through a portal to see what happened.
Yeah, just to see what happened. So I'm kind of worried what else we're gonna find out there. Just what happened.
Fair enough. Will, you can't do that. To clarify for our audience who will be listening, a key ingredient in black licorice is the bile of a decaying god, harvested by a legion of Victorian orphans kidnapped from time by a giant duck. This is canon now. But not this adventure.
I mean,
That's for
after
another
Gushers,
time.
this makes sense.
It does.
After the Gushers, this doesn't surprise me.
I know, but it's just funny. Okay, Snap, you rescued Celia, now what?
Oh, well, tomorrow, we're gonna go check out the library because apparently there's more information there. And Isaac's contact can't go back into the library for some reason.
Why not?
He was afraid to ask, and honestly, I think that's the best reaction.
What, did he get banned from the library or something?
Yeah, somehow.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I really don't. I kind of don't want to know either. So we're gonna check that out and see if we can find anything. Because I don't know about you, but more of our friend coming into town without us knowing about it, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of things coming into town, I need to roll the dice real quick. Hold on.
Good.
Okay, you guys, look out for that. Okay, so let's see. There's two people left. So Grandel and Drake. Who wants to go first? What have you been doing since last session?
I'm gonna let Grandel go first.
Well, since he's been kind of assigned to be Isaac's roommate, he's been kind of picking up the place. So you might see Grandel wandering around in, like, a stereotypical maid apron. God knows where he found that. Possibly
Aw.
Nicole gave it to him. And vacuuming. And just kind of taking care of the joint. Not really doing much since he's been told to look after Isaac's place.
It's probably the first serious cleaning that his apartment's gotten in a while. Not like a dump, but he is a bachelor.
It is not helped by the fact Randall barely knows how to clean a house since he's rarely ever been inside.
So you're just inside Isaac's house, just like tidying things up. What were the rats' names again, Isaac?
Bernard and Bianca.
I was pretty sure they were Bernard and Bianca. So Bernard and Bianca are actually like helping you point out things with their little noses, just like squeaking and pointing.
You just go wave. Oh, thank you, little mouse friend.
Squeaks back in niceness.
You will go get them some nuts and a little bit of fruit, because that's what you should give mice and/or rats.
Oh, they go nuts for it.
Of course. Cheese is
Yeah,
fine.
Isaac has
Overdone,
a
so-
stash of it.
Grandel will also go outside to get the fresh stuff.
Hold on, I gotta roll something. So you go outside to go get the fresh stuff. And you're like, are you still wearing the maid outfit?
Yes.
Cool. So you turn a corner to go get some fresh fruit and stuff. And there is, in fact, an entire 6-year-old child gawking at you.
An entire 6-year-old child?
An
Not just
entire-
half of one?
Yes, it is an entire whole 6-year-old kid.
There's no one else around, correct?
There is no one else around. He's just looking at you like,
Oh, Grandel will see the kid and just slowly, lean down on your knees so you can speak to them on their level. Hello.
are you a dragon?
No, it's a gargoyle.
A gargoyle. That's so cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing out back here?
Oh, my friend is solid, so now I'm cleaning another person's house.
That would explain the costume.
Yeah? I'm also told it's quite cute.
Mama said I can't call people cute because I'm only 6 years old.
Biggest confused look on his face, and he's like, what?
Don't worry about it. Mom's weird. But are you like real? And he like puts a hand like on your arm because he can't quite reach your face.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're made of rock.
Yeah. I was made
That's
of rock.
so cool. Do you want to be my friend?"
Of course. My name's Grandel Gargoyle.
"Hi, my name is Lucas.
It's nice to meet you, Lucas.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Grand Gargoyle."
I'm usually outside of the little church. You know, the little one, not the big noisy one.
Is that why no one's been able to figure out where you went? Okay.
No, I put a replacement there.
Oh, maybe
He's
that's
not
another
quite as
gargoyle.
no, he's just a statue. Not
Oh,
quite as
okay.
handsome as myself, but it's pretty good.
I can confirm the workmanship is better on you than the one on the top of the building.
I wasn't exactly made. I was born.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Anyways,
Do
Lucas,
gargoyles lay eggs?
he pauses for a long moment and does the thing where you put like the two hands together, two pointer fingers out, and then puts them to like his snout, trying to remember. Is it impolite to have the birds and the bees conversation with what, a 10-year-old? How old do you say this kid was?
6.
6, sorry. A 6-year-old, so he's thinking really hard about this for a minute. And he's like,
Can you fly? Because, like, you're made of stone, and stone's not supposed to fly. Stone stays on the ground. That's why Mom says I can't throw rocks in water.
Thankfully, the kid's attention span is too short. He goes, blinks for me, and goes, yeah, I can fly. He's magic.
Chick's real?
I'm a talking stone, aren't I?
I mean, you're right, but, like, this town's weird from what my mom says. But I think she just watches too much TV.
He raises an eyebrow and smiles. This whole town's magic. Can't live here without believing in it a little bit.
The town's magic.
Yeah?
That means there's a dragon out there somewhere. I hope I can see a dragon. Gargoyles are cool too, though. Like,
Has Grendel ever met a dragon?
I don't know, have you?
I say probably not. They're not terribly prominent in the Americas. I mean,
I
he did
mean,
live a long time in England, but it was kind of post Dragon Annihilation age. I just think probably not.
oh, okay. Maybe I'll see a dragon, and and it'd be cool to see a dinosaur too. Have you ever met a dinosaur?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
What were they like?
He's kind of not friendly until they realize they can't beat him.
That makes sense. See, Mom let me watch this movie called Jurassic Park because it had dinosaurs in it, and I watched a dinosaur eat a lawyer.
Yeah,
Do you know if lawyers are tasty? I've always wondered that.
I don't eat people or food. As a
Then what
rock,
do you eat?
I don't eat anything. I'm a rock.
So if you don't eat, does that mean you don't poop?
Yeah,
So you never have to go to the bathroom?
yeah.
Wow. I wish I couldn't go to the bathroom. I'm scared of the bathroom. The toilet's too big.
You want me to punch it for you?
No, I got yelled at from when I punched a toilet because I was scared of it. And Mom said never punch a toilet again.
It
And
just means
I don't want
taught,
you to get yelled at by my mom.
that just means you taught a lesson. He ain't gonna hush you down.
Okay. Well, I gotta go back over. I'm technically was supposed to just take out um this newspaper, and he's hold like there's a very clumsy pile of newspapers. Like it was like you're gonna go take these out to the recycling bin because you won't stop asking me if you can go take them out. Supposed to go put them over there by the dumpster. Well, I won't keep you waiting, mister, but it was really cool to meet you. I'm gonna tell all my friends about how I met you.
Yeah?
Well, have fun, Mr. Grandel. Enjoy
Yeah.
your frilly costume.
Hey, it's nice meeting you, Lucas. Just waves.
Yep. He waves back as he goes to take out the paper.
All right.
You go and I'm not gonna make you roll again. You can go ahead and just go get your fruit.
Just go grab some local fruits and nuts and brings them back to the rats.
It's about at this point I feel like Isaac comes back. So you enter your apartment, Isaac, and Grandel in a maid's dress lands on your back patio porch thing.
Hello, Isaac.
Hey, Grandel.
He's just gonna
Just
trot over.
casually in a maid's outfit.
Just walks over to the cage and starts feeding the mice or rats. Just
Oh,
some
thank you.
fruit and nuts. Yeah, I got some local stuff.
That's good. I've been meaning to get some more fresh stuff.
And the rats go ballistic over your treats.
Oh, hey, he's good.
So, did a little digging on who's responsible for our friend Anthony, and
What was that? I didn't hear half of that. Hello? I can't hear anything.
Oh,
yeah, we
shit.
can hear you though.
Okay, hold on. There it is.
Restart.
It came back.
Okay,
Hello?
good.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Where'd you fall off?
You said something about Anthony, and I heard like maybe half of it.
Okay. Telling Grandel about have a lead to check at the library to see about tracking down whoever's responsible for Anthony and if there's any others like him.
Okay.
All right. You want me to help with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he would have been so friendly if you weren't there to calm him down.
Hey, he's mostly how. I just held him and petted him.
Well, you kept tell from getting some nasty little scratches there.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't going to ask, but what's with the costume?
Oh, since I'm living here, I thought I was supposed to be nice and clean your place. And was supposed to wear these things to clean houses, yeah?
Isaac just kind of like seems to be thinking for a second and goes, okay, I really appreciate the thought. You know, you didn't have to, but and who taught you that you have to wear a maid's dress?
Hey, it's TV.
Oh, you did live without Quaddle for a while.
Oh,
No.
some of the fathers would have a TV, and I get to watch it on sometimes.
Oh. Okay, that's it's mostly a fictional thing.
Oh, and why did El Quaddle give me this?
You know, we'll have to ask him.
And you look over, Isaac, to where there is a trunk that is open, full of just a variety of costumes. Like if
Oh,
someone
did he
was
just?
like if someone just pulled everything off the shelf, shoved it into a suitcase, and just gave it to Grandel.
I mean, he was a TV
Oh,
actor.
he just cleared out his costume closet.
Something like that.
Which brings up the question
Okay, that
of
makes more sense.
which brings up the question of where's the art of El Coatl in a maid's outfit? Asking the real
Hal might
questions
know.
here, aren't we?
Mostly in Hal's dresser drawer, I'd wager.
Hey now.
Question: does the maid costume have or not have like a chest piece? Is it a bare chest maid costume?
It has a chest piece, but has like a titty window? Which on Grandel doesn't do anything because he's a statue. But we're not going to go into more of this, okay?
Just that Hal has that limited edition photo.
Of
It's
the
been
episode
autographed.
of the episode El Cuato had to go undercover as a maid.
His mother had to go get the autograph because Hal was too embarrassed.
Oh, I was just going to go, you had the photo, and then like you didn't notice, but Uncle Waddle snuck in and just signed it. And left.
Oh. Which one is funnier?
He was like, oh, you have one of those photos.
Fucking hell.
It was like a
Uncle Waddle.
fireman poster, but it was just Uncle Waddle.
Fucking throw Hal directly under the bus 5 times.
Okay, moving on. Good old Drake. Buddy friendo, pal friend of mine. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing after encountering a strange bug lion that can scream in witching hours?
Mm-hmm. As you do. Hold on. Ah, I see. Mm-hmm. Okay, fuck you and everything you stand for. This discussion is not over, and Drake hangs up the phone.
Okay. No, you're good. I heard you.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. Funky net, you see.
No, I get you. My net's being particularly funky as well. Okay, so you hang up the phone after having an angry argument over why they ruined your pepperoni pizza and put bell peppers on it.
Sure, let's go with that.
Or it's a deeper, darker secret that I have no idea how to touch on, so we're just going to say it's pizza.
Sure,
Because
let's go with that.
Because even in that situation, we always get mad when they fuck up your pizza.
Yeah, saying a giant moth came and took it, please. That's a load of bull hockey. Like, come on. Make it believable. At least say, like, a cat or something came it, or maybe the pizza guy ran over it with his Segway. Maybe Soul Blart came from the nether and just dragged it kicking and screaming into the crevice under the fridge. Who the fuck knows, alright?
But you draw the line at a giant moth.
Exactly. In Melody? Bullshit. Next,
Yeah.
you'll say Hal has a crush on El Cuato.
Oh, fantastic. So you're enjoying your pizza that's been messed up and got because they had to go remake it after a moth stole it.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're doing that, you're kind of like sitting down and eating and just taking a second to breathe. Your ghosts that you have that usually like try to talk to you or sometimes do the weird collective consciousness thing are kind of quiet. Of course, they all got to be playing in mirrors earlier, so that's perfectly fine and reasonable.
Yeah, they got their enrichment for the day.
Yeah, you gotta let them out and stretch their legs and occasionally haunt a person.
Yeah, they have to interact with their environment, and sometimes that involves hitting them with a stick.
Yes. That'd be funny, but I'm not doing that.
Do it! Do
No, I was
it!
gonna be like, we could just. I think it's like the Sixth Sense. We'll just recreate that, except that instead of the kid seeing ghosts, it's just Drake sending ghosts to beat up the kid, and he says the ghosts fucking. He can see ghosts because they're hurting him, but everyone's like, no, you're just getting mugged. We're gonna go past that. So as you're enjoying and nomming on your pizza, you hear. Do you remember last week when I mentioned that when the lion roared, it did a sudden pop of a witching hour at the fairgrounds? There was a strange staticky noise.
Yes.
You haven't quite gotten rid of that. It's still sort of there.
Mhm.
Um, and as you're kind of eating, you can kind of realize that it's coming almost from the direction of Hal's house where Anthony is.
Hmm. Should I tell Hal?
Um,
Hmm.
roll me a weird.
Uh, uh, Hold on, I gotta get my dice roller. Uh, oh, that's a big number. Um, One sec. Okay, so take that and that. Add a little of that. 15.
15, fantastic. So, you're looking in at that static. You're like, should I tell Hal about that? And I don't know how weird you can actually like see things,
I mean,
but it's
I do
bad when
have.
you can. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I have the sight.
You do have the sight. Um, Now you can't quite see Anthony,
Hmm.
right? Because he's far away and everything, and yada yada yada. But you can see in a northwestern direction, what looks like differing layers of TV static flicking in and out from somewhere north of town. And they have different levels of buzz, of that static buzz.
Oh
And
god,
they're
is this that?
fluctuating.
Oh god, this is that TV master bullshit El Quaddle was talking about.
There is no
Well,
answer in the
DM,
silence.
Drake turns to the screen
Oi,
and asks
no,
you,
get your, no, get back in there. Um,
listen, is it?
it, it is not. It is not the TV master. Are you happy now, Drake?
I'm watching you, fucker.
There's more than just me. Um, I will actually say you do kind of recognize the feeling that you are getting from that kind of a staticky pull and audio.
Hmm.
You remember it from the old days when, you helped out previous guardians help sealing up a hole that
Hmm.
tore open.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, it feels like how it did just before that happened, but worse.
I'm gonna have to get up, go tell Hal. He might not even be at home. Then we'll have to go get Isaac and Grendel and figure out what the heck is going on between those two. Then find Celia. Hopefully, she's not being eaten by gingerbread again.
Or you could go back, get some rest, eat that pizza,
Mm,
and then go do that.
I could try baking more gingerbread, man. That could work.
Wait,
Source revealed.
The special ingredient is love and gushers.
I thought it was going to be grave dust.
Well, that's just in every cookie he makes. Okay. So you go and spend the rest of your evening making Gushers filled gingerbread men. So morning comes after you've all
Mhm.
done your little bits. Um, we're gonna go to Hal first because you wake up to the sounds of what sounds like somebody moving through your house, roughly moving things around. And for a brief, 5 to 10 seconds, you're like, "Who the fuck would break into my house?" Oh wait, you have a lion.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he goes downstairs and figures out what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. So the lion is awake. Like your cats are the ones making the actual noise, like the normal cats. They've like panic scattered a couple of times. Um, the lion is in the northwest corner of your house, in like your living room, like dead, like dead staring ahead into the wall.
Into the wall.
Like if some Blair Witch shit, except instead of a missing camper hiker dude, it's a bug lion.
Okay. Um. Yeah, Hal's exactly that stupid. He would go over there and pat the lion gently on the top of the head and go, "Hey, buddy, what's up?"
It chuffs in recognition, but he is just staring in that direction.
Is there something in the wall? Something outside?
He chuffs at the second one.
Something outside in that direction?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go
And he like,
see?
um, so Scatha, you know how cats make a noise when they're lonely and they want to go home?
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes that noise.
Oh, you're want to go home to somebody?
He just kind of makes the noise again. He just kind of sits down. He looks sad.
Okay. Um, you want to go outside? Do you want to go see your friend?
Like he just kind of like he's just sitting there. He's just kind of like me. I'm just gonna sit here now.
You're just gonna sit there now. Okay. He goes all the way down into the basement, trying not to wake up Chuck, because
Yeah.
at this point Chuck is still binging trying to fix his shit, and it's wrecking his brain.
Yes.
And he very, very quietly goes and gets a good amount of steak out of the freezer, brings it upstairs. Goes, this should occupy him for the rest of the day, right? Grabs another one before he leaves, and just to make sure. And
So you set the food out in front of it, and the other cats do it, but all of a sudden you hear the sudden shift, and then there's Anthony, and he is like claws out, jaws unhinging, and then just like playing with it like it's a cat toy.
okay, don't make a mess.
He is in the living room. The couch is already pushed up against the wall.
I'll just
It
clean
wasn't there
that.
probably before, but it's there now.
I'll just clean that later. It's fine. When there isn't a bug lion in my house, he's gonna. He's. Let's see. I'm just gonna roll a dice and see who I call first.
Okay.
Oh, Celia, it's you again.
Hal?
Celia?
Yeah?
Good morning. Are you ready to go to the library?
Yeah, everything good?
Yeah, just still just a bug lion in my house. It's
Yeah, that's
fine.
Sounds
so everything's going well with Anthony?
Yeah, he just kind of ignores everybody. Seems a little
Okay.
despondent. Wants to go home. You know how.
Yeah. Where would
Eh,
home even be?
do not know. He's just sitting here staring through my wall,
through the
Oh,
northwest corner.
like in a northwest direction. So, like, I think that's where Isaac said that their bullshit lab was.
might be worth checking out later.
Yeah. Do you want me to come pick you up, or you just want to meet me there?
You can come pick me up. I'm still not allowed to drive.
All right, I'll do that. I'll be there in a minute, or two, or three. Hangs up
Okay.
and calls Isaac and tells him that he's on the way to get Celia to go to the library.
Sounds good. We'll meet you there.
Okay, he like stands in the middle of the living room with his hands on his hips, staring at the bug lion for a second, and goes, I'll just clean up whatever happens. And he goes outside and leaves the door open.
You leave the door open.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just want to make sure I heard that right. You actually leave in time to see that the bug lion has gotten 2 chunks of steak out of the frozen block. And it has them in his bug hands, and the rest of your cats are going, like, trying to get the meat.
Oh, this won't end well.
And as you leave, you hear the very sudden loud crash of a cat running into something it shouldn't.
Oh,
Normal cat size.
that's very bad. His reasoning for leaving the door open is there's a giant cat inside, and if it wanted to get outside, it would anyway. He'd rather not have a busted door.
Fair enough. But the cat howls horde of cats gets free of rampages and melody.
Well, they're wild cats anyway.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. So you go to pick up Celia. Let me roll something. Yeah, you didn't have any gingerbread this morning. To be fair, your dog did kind of go through them last night. They're down in
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
This is like the first normal morning you've had in a while. It's a little weird. But you pick her up, and you guys go to the library where Isaac's waiting for you. And Drake, probably.
They haven't sent out the Drake signal.
Yeah, did anybody tell Drake that we're going to the library?
I
text
might
him.
have brought it up in casual conversation.
Yeah, we might as well just text him. So he texts Drake and goes, "Hey Drake, we're all at the library trying to figure out what the psycho secret laboratory bullshit was going on."
And then a book comes flying at you.
Like
Literally flying at you.
it's heading
Like
towards my head.
Head, upper body, that kind of thing.
He drops to the floor.
The book hovers above your head, swiveling left, swiveling right, like it's looking for you.
He stands up behind the book and grabs it.
Page opens up and Drake pops up. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Drake.
Hello.
So, yeah, the bug lion might have friends somewhere.
Yeah. Also, apparently there was some staticky bullshit happening last night.
What?
Mm-hmm. Off to the what direction was it, Greg?
Northwest.
Off to the northwest.
Oh. Oh. That's why he was staring at that wall.
Yeah. Something fishy's going on.
And from what I learned or heard, the place we're gonna look for is probably on the way to the long rest. That would be in the direction.
Fantastic.
Just like smack in the middle of nowhere?
I
guess-
mean,
I mean, as far as you know, yeah. That's why you're at the library. The library has things that you don't know.
yeah. And in all honesty, if you're doing some bullshit, you want to be in the middle of somewhere that's not, or middle of nowhere that's not somewhere. Because if it becomes somewhere, then people come into your nowhere. That's not good.
Seriously.
Hmm.
I guess that makes sense. So what exactly are we looking for, Isaac?
Holdings by Frey. You know, public records and stuff. Maybe something in the newspapers.
Okay, so what would you like me to roll to look through all of that crap, Gray?
Oh, it's not going to be too much of an issue. You don't have to roll anything right now. So you guys go into the library. And it's, as will be mentioned, a very, it has a vibe of a Carnegie library. Like it's one of those older school ones that's had some renovations through the years, but still has that classical, these bookshelves are taller than you will ever be and will one day consume your soul. Um, my favorite feeling in a library. Uh, and at the desk is a sweet little old lady just kind of like reading through some sort of book. And she looks up and goes, "Oh, hello, dearies. How are you doing today? How can I help you?"
Social interaction is not Hal's strong suit.
Yeah, we like to look into public records and possibly the newspaper archives.
Oh, you need to look at the old public records. Okay. Um, do you have an appointment?
No.
Good. We don't give appointments anymore. Little joke us old librarians do. What kind of fucking love was that? I cracked myself up. Here, follow me. Let me grab the key. And she like reaches down under the desk, and there's some ungodly noises as she pulls out a key that's almost as long as her forearm. And she goes, "To the records." And she just kind of does this little shuffle off.
Fuck is this Kingdom fucking Hearts?
I haven't used one of those in a long time. This is just a normal key. She gives it a pat. I used to do cosplay back in the day, you know.
I bet that was fun.
Oh, I was. Got to wear those nice skimpy outfits. Got to see other people in nice skimpy outfits. Now I'm just stuck in a dusty old library.
This is
But I
that
enjoy
same
my library.
librarian who was really, really horny for
Yes.
Carla, isn't it?
Oh, yes. But you haven't technically met her yet. I just like that nice lady on the TV shows, but you don't want to hear me talk about her. I'll be on the conversation for hours going over how much I can enjoy her programming packages. You want public records, and she leads you to this door.
This like solid oak wood door that looks like it was made back before, automatic weapons were a thing or like sliced bread. She's with this massive keyhole and she just shoves the key in and twists with this grinding noise and it pops out and she's like, "Man, we really need to get these locks oiled." Okay, so welcome to the records. Over here is where they keep all of the tax information that nobody ever looks at anymore because half of these businesses got eaten back up back in the day. There's old maps over there.
Eaten?
And what I don't know what you kids call the term anymore for when a business becomes a hollow shell of itself and then consumed into something else.
Ah, okay.
Not like literally eating restaurants eating themselves. What kind of shenanigans are you kids getting into?
The usual ones.
It's always the usual ones. Um, so let's see. Was there any place or business you were looking in particular for records? Because that's what most people do. They come here for corporate sabotage.
This fucking librarian.
I
mean,
think he's just like he's trying not to laugh and he goes, yes, we're interested in Frey. That's it with a PH.
and she just has the like you say that with the PH, and she's like, "Oh, those people." And she kind of like shuffles off. It's like, "What do you need in particular, sweetie?"
Uh, any nearby holdings, properties?
Well, they haven't renewed their paperwork in forever, according to any documentation we have, and I've gone to the courthouse a couple of times, and they're about as helpful as a pile of mud. Um, but I do have a couple of things here, and like she's like, despite the fact she's like 3.5 feet tall because she's hunched over with age, she is zooming back and forth at the speed she should not have. And she's like, okay, here you go. So I have this is all their tax records, which you could use if you want to slam them into financial bankruptcy. Though, given the fact they haven't filled out any paperwork, I think you're past that point. I have some purchase registrations here, some blueprints there for some properties they bought up, and a fun one they did. I don't know if you knew this. You were probably too young to remember. Um, Back in the day, they bought up that old zoo.
A zoo?
Yeah, not that one that the Christian people tried to bring into with the Noah's Ark theme. That was dumb and tacky, and they should feel bad for that. Um, no, the old zoo. You kids probably never even went there. It's been gone for so long now. And she goes and leaves those documents, which will have the information like, hey, here's an address of where this property is. But she goes back and brings up a book and it's a small little photo book, like one of those like photo ID thing, like when you take pictures and you stick on photo album. That's the word I'm looking for. But on the cover of it, it says "My time at the Wesker Park and Zoological Gardens." Here, yeah, this
Did you
was
say Wesker Park?
Yeah,
Wesker Park and Zoological Gardens.
he sure fucking did. Made me fucking.
Ah, boy.
Yeah, so it was this old timey zoo when way back in the day, like before, back when like my parents were like around, they was built. It wasn't like the best zoo, it would have like those 1930 kind of cages where like they kept the cages to keep the animals contained, not to be like biologically enhancing, but that wasn't for another 40 fucking years. It fell into business and was pretty much a dilapidated ruin for a good long while until these Frey fellows were like, "Hey, can we buy this abandoned zoo?" And we went, "That's still out there?" That kind of a thing. I remember it was a whole hullabaloo. Um, but yeah, it was sitting out there, and they bought it up, and I heard they renovated the big old mansion that the Mr. Wesker used to run way back in the day, though he's been dead longer than anyone else can remember. Tuberculosis is a hell of a drug. Ah, can't reason with these kids and the newfangled memes.
And this is
Oh, this was a
forward.
donation. Shudders and she does. This was a donated to us by one of the family members, and actually has some of the only documentation of the zoo that exists in the town's history. There's a lot of things that weren't kept really well written, but we also had an entire town that got lost to history too. So hey, did bygones be bygones? I just right here. They won't let me retire.
Why?
They keep on like, oh, we'll get a replacement soon. And I'm like, yeah, you've said that the last 15 years, motherfuckers.
Just quit.
Yeah, you see, I did that and then I woke up in the library.
Uh,
That's concerning.
I believe that's called kidnapping, actually.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
See, that's the strangest thing. So, like, I have a security camera at home, and it shows me levitating out the hallway and out my front door, and it closes my front door and locks my front door. Which at least it like locked my front door. But like, there wasn't a person.
Well, at least it won't give you anxiety.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
1 second, I have to go get
Make
cheese.
whistles.
I have to go get cheese to deal with this. Holy fuck.
I'm glad our weird, freaky librarian has become a character all on her own.
Yeah.
I have made like 3 characters in one night that were not on my list. So it works.
Listen, sometimes you just want to see some programming packages. You know.
Oh, you get it, sweetie. You know what I'm all about.
Okay, I'm back. What the fucking hell?
You just missed it. Okay, so is there anything else you could potentially need, sweeties?
I don't think
Is
so.
there anything we're not remembering?
I don't think there's anything, no. That was more information than I thought I was going to get.
I mean, that's absolutely valid, but it's like, no one's ever here asking to go through the historical archives, and I do kind of like this part of the building. It feels like the secret vault, but really it's just a bunch of old dusty documents. Anywho, you kids have fun with your research and corporate espionage. I've got my tunes to watch, if you know what I mean. And then she just walks out.
Hal looks at Celia and goes, I don't, but I don't think I want to.
This time.
Yeah, she's very horny.
Oh, and Drake, don't forget to call.
Yeah, I know.
It's legitimately choking. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh
I'm not trying to kill Scaff.
Okay, it's good. I'm gonna continue eating the
You
cheese
alright?
and hope I don't die. Fine.
I mean, Drake's in her age bracket, I guess, of retirees. We're not gonna get into that.
He's actually older. Wink wonk.
Wait, wonk. What can she say? She likes older men. Why am I doing this?
I don't
Why
know.
am I doing this?
She's just fucking thirsty
no.
grandma.
Robbing the grave.
She needs
He
a
wants
name.
her grave dug.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta give her a name now, guys.
God. What would her name be?
Technically, I am just using the librarian TT made, so that's up to TT, not me.
Mhm.
I'm okay with calling her the librarian.
The horny librarian.
Hornbrarian. Harriet.
Harriet the
Scientist.
horny librarian. I like it.
Harriet the horny librarian. Okay.
God damn it.
You're like a bond girl.
What is that?
God fucking damn it.
They ascended for a minute.
A minute?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break. I need some water and
Wow.
fire.
Fuck.
And his thirst will never compare to Harriet's.
God damn it.
You're a soul-sucking abomination, several years old. You barely keep up with me, Sonny.
Okay. Librarian.
Harriet be like, oh, I definitely want to suck his soul out.
We should probably not name her
What is a strange thing
that last name. That last has an unfortunate 3-letter word.
I think TT did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Ah.
You're gonna become relevant again. But it's fine.
What the fuck, guys?
Oh, gross.
Relax and man. I shouldn't have to be dying of laughter anytime soon. We're gonna get into the spooky stuff next week.
Just like Harriet. Da, da, da.
Did your roommate just call us out on our bullshit?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
It wasn't even them though. It was all you.
Not all, it's like 90% gray though.
It is almost, yeah.
We just enabled it. It's fine.
It's fine. I've been needing this. Okay.
I
Is
was
everyone back?
completely innocent.
Uh-huh.
True.
Hey. Harriet, he's not the only one who... No, DG, no. I just said it. Stop laughing.
God
It's
damn it.
a tiny ancient librarian who's like too naughty. Can you
Okay.
imagine, like Madame Foster from Foster's Home.
That was kind of who I was mentally imagining.
Yeah, when you said 3.5 feet tall.
But you have to understand, so fun fact for the viewers, my mother and grandmother are librarians.
Oh my god.
So there is a whole nother level of fucked up to how funny that was.
God damn it! I fucking hate all of you.
TT not having to run the game is like just letting him just destroy us.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So we're gonna keep on moving on because we're about halfway through what I wanted to get through tonight at best.
Okay.
So, you guys have the files in front of you, and I'm not gonna make you roll since the horny librarian lady did the work for you because she was bored as shit, and that's what I rolled. And half of her beef with Frey is because they spelled Frey with PH. But you're looking through the documents, and you do find that the property they purchased was on the northwestern outskirts of town. A good, like a drive away, so you have to like go out of the borders of Melody to get to it. But yeah, it looks like at the property it was at one point a zoo. There's some plans for when the zoo had some renovations they were going to do that never got fully approved. But that little binder with the photos is actually the most helpful evidence. And there are these old. Hold on a second. And like they look like they just somebody had a really good time at this park and they just took pictures and had some really fun stuff. And hold on. And one in particular catches your eye, just because of its like weird magical sort of a thing. It's got a weird energy to it. It's a bunch of people in a castle watching an elephant.
Aw, an elephant.
Oh, an elephant.
Oh, this can only go so well.
But yeah, you now have an address. It's great, right? Absolutely lovely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hal remembers something from the tape and goes, "Oh, wait. Didn't they say they had so many lions on that tape?
Yeah.
Now there's an elephant in this picture."
I mean, hopefully this picture predates them purchasing the place. Well, it's not like they purchased it long after there was animals.
There's another photo as you scroll through. What's probably most obviously a statue, right? Like there's yeah, that's just a statue because there's kids climbing on it. It's like the kids in the photos, and there's a little hand scrolled note of kids having fun on prehistoric playground.
I trust none of this.
Looks like it's like Sergeant Trundle's cousin.
Colonial Cottering.
Colonel Clottering. I like that. I'm not writing that down. Who are you? But no, it looks like it was just a small little zoo that went out of business at some point. Oh, no. Don't be worried, friends. There is no jerka in this situation.
Better not be any fucking jerka.
He isn't even that tasty. What the fuck?
But yeah, is there anything else you think you should know before we head out? Or you want to know?
Hal can't think of anything because he's too worried about now that there's a fucking elephant maybe in the equation.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. Or I can't. Isaac probably would.
That's fair. Isaac's probably also thinking, oh god, there's an elephant.
He's trying to convince himself that there's not going to be an elephant.
There's no elephant unless I...
Carry on.
If I believe there's no elephant.
Have you seen RDM? Drake says to the players.
I have,
or
actually.
says to the other characters.
Get back in your spot!
Listen.
They can't know, Drake. Too much would be spoiled.
Hey, on the plus side, we haven't found any pictures of cassowaries, so that's a plus.
Don't speak that into being Drake.
Oh,
my
you
God,
wish there were
GG.
cassowaries. Anywho, So yes, you guys got your information. And as you're going outside, I never need everyone to roll me a sharp check.
Oh, good.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. I got a 10.
I got a 6.
I got an 11, which is weird because that's my worst stat.
And there's read evacuation.
Yes.
Oh, damn, 10.
Fucking shit.
Damn,
Wow.
Isaac, goddamn.
It would have been a 12, but I have an ability that lets me use cool for read event situation.
Fair enough. So everyone except for Drake, you notice the bushes right outside the library are rustling in a very odd and violent manner. Um,
Step on the beat. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I-
Drake says as he walks towards them, like by them or whatever.
yeah. Isaac in particular. Why is Anthony in the bush? Why is Anthony in the bush? Hal didn't bring Anthony. Why is
Yeah,
Anthony in the
Isaac
bush?
will lean over to Hal and's like, why is Anthony in the bush?
Hal looks over. Is it? Can he tell if it's actually Anthony
It
or
is in fact Anthony, yes.
it is in fact Anthony? Okay. He must have followed me.
But before you go too much further into that, Drake, everyone is very distracted by the thing in the bush. Your attention is caught on a strange man wearing a fedora and a really big overcoat, quietly slipping in between three buildings.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Drake's going to follow that guy.
You son of a bitch! I will fucking kill you.
Oh no, it's a Ninja Turtle.
Oh no. Okay.
Get back here, you fedora wearing scoundrel.
Do you grab
And
it?
Drake shoots off.
So you shoot off after this fedora man while everyone else is very worried about the more present Anthony in a bush.
Kitty? Can you wrangle the kitty again there, Grendel?
Yeah. I could do that.
Is your van big enough, Isaac, to get him in?
It's like, I think he just has like a regular car.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's technically on vacation. Still went to work on vacation, but he's on vacation.
He's not getting in mine. I can barely get in mine.
Okay. Alright. Hold on. And Isaac will call Simon.
Whoa. Fuck.
TT.
Hey, don't look at me. Oh, give a second.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
No,
bounce
Isaac's-
coming on.
Yeah.
Drake goes chasing after the man in the fedora, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you!" They turn a corner, they're trapped in an alleyway, and all of a sudden, from the thing, 3 raccoons drop out of the trench coat and scatter.
3 raccoons in a trench coat.
Of course. In a future session, I'll be one of you.
One of them stops, looks, and's like, "You like that, wouldn't you?" Crash, man. And just runs. Okay, so you call Simon.
Hey, Simon, anyone able to... Yeah, hey, it's, anyone able to watch
Hey,
the...
Simon!
Yes, I know it's you, Simon.
with you right now.
Sounds more like the mayor from Sonic Boom.
This is my phone, Simon's phone. Yeah. This is Simon
Isaac,
speaking. It's Simon's phone.
how? I think someone's replaced Simon.
No, that's
He's
not a
being
logical
weird.
idea.
What?
What do you want?
Okay, then whoever is at the museum, can someone drive the museum van down to pick us up? We have
No,
something to
exploded.
explain.
Yeah, yep. It blew up. You know how cars do.
Dearie, are you coming back to bed?
Oh my god. Click. No.
That Drac? Is he on the phone too?
That one's coming from your end, motherfucker.
Hold on. Baba Yaga, we don't need you right now. Get back in the basement. Okay, so sorry. Yeah, the car blew up, so yeah, we can't help. Don't call again. Bye bye.
Isaac will just stop me heavily, and it's like, okay, so either Simon's been replaced or I interrupted him and Mallory doing something I don't want to think about.
Okay.
Slaying pipe.
No, Drake. No. I guess we can,
He can, in fact, fit in the back of.
Oh yeah,
Probably-
he'll fit, but I'm just afraid of what it'll do to my back seat. But sure, cat lying in my car.
cat thing.
he's in my house the entire night. He didn't do anything. He's a good boy. Aren't you? And how, like,
He looks at you. He looks at you guiltily, like, yeah, I guess I'm a good boy.
he puts his hands on both cheeks and fluffs up his face. Like, aren't you?
Hold on, I need to roll something real quick. You lucked out. No one's noticing that you're petting a lion in the middle of town square.
If they did, it'd be just like, oh, that's just Al. It's fine.
People like it's a lie. But yeah,
Okay, yeah, just get him in my car, I guess. It'll be crowded for everyone else.
there's two vehicles.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everyone will have to go into the gremlin.
Oh
It's
yeah,
crowded
that's
with
right.
one person.
I can fly someone. What?
Hal sits in the back
That
seat
gremlin.
to drive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like Hal is a giant, so
It's,
just him driving the gremlin is like.
his head is in the back window when he's driving.
I can fly someone if there's not enough room.
And don't worry, Governor. I can cover this. Greg turns into a mouse and gets into Hal's pocket.
That works.
Okay.
Did not know he could do that. Did anyone else know he could turn himself into a mouse? And Isaac's like looking at everyone like, please, someone just.
No, but it makes sense.
He's a ghost. What does fall mean to a ghost?
I can't argue with you. Alright. Anthony, in the car.
So you say this, and instead of climbing into the back seat, he somehow squeezes himself into the front seat on the passenger side. Hold on, I have to pick
Yeah, okay.
Put your seatbelt on.
Who'd we lose?
Hello? Oh,
Hello?
Oh.
you good out there?
Yeah, not sure what happened. Everything just like died for a second.
Discord
I had
feed.
that.
bitch.
I had that hurdy happen to me earlier.
Yeah.
So currently, just with some bug limbs sticking out of the back window, that's what's in the car with fucking Isaac. But carrying on. So you guys climb into the vehicles, you have an address, and you begin to head northwest. You take the wonderful highway that guards the border of Melody in its strange, unnamed way that it does, other than it's just the highway, driving past the wonderful sights such as Devil's Peak, Dust Devil Ranch, a strange misbegotten shack that is glowing with ominous lights that may have one point been Gurgle Stern's. Um, and you come upon a dirt road leading into what looks like a small forested area not too far out from the Long Rest Geothermal. And the town of Shanty, I guess. That'd be an appropriate area.
Does Anthony get excited when we get that close?
So when you pull up onto this dirt road, I need to roll something real quick because I build a character sheet for Anthony? Maybe. You guys gave him a name, so he got a character sheet. There's consequences to that.
We'll all cry and if Anthony dies.
I will.
Just making sure that's what I think. Okay, cool. So you guys like Isaac pulls the vehicle up, and you hear this. You see one of the bug limbs suddenly like latch on the door handle and yank the door open, and he just spills out.
All right.
And he just starts taking off down the dirt road.
This is why God did not give. This is why God did not give cats thumbs.
Yeah, that's true.
Is like it may have been. What if I gave cats grabby claw hands? It may have been the determining factor of his design.
You've seen kitty whippings. You've seen kitty drippings. Now get ready for kitty snippings.
And kitty griffins.
Kitty griffins.
Oh my God!
I'm the kitty has the clamps.
And because he's a lion, he takes off into the woods down that dirt road.
Oh boy.
After him, Hal.
I guess that's where we're going. Like, is this a
You actually seem to like the doors.
Is this a road that
no.
we can drive down, or?
No, at one point it was. Depends on how much you want to be buying a new suspension.
I don't. It's hard to find for
No.
a gremlin.
Then it's not drivable right now.
Guess I'm running.
Randall will just kind of keep on flying towards the lion since he's already in the air.
And Drake will climb on top of Hal's head. Come on, let's ratatouille this shit. Chop chop.
All right. We're not cooking.
Not yet. Now we're cooking with gas.
I hope we don't have to do anything with gas. He's bolting down the road, and Hal is a big boy, so he's going pretty fast.
That is. Let's see. So y'all make your way down the road, going pretty fast. Randall, you have to eventually fly lower and land because the trees just kind of seem to like thicken into a almost protective canopy of sorts over it, right? Like it gets tight, and it's not. And you guys haven't been yet technically into the woods of Melody, but you have, and it's not as oppressive or as opposing and dark in here as there is. But there's definitely a sense of unease and dread in the air that's almost palpable.
Not as bad as septet, which we would have just been recovering from.
Not as bad as Septet, and nowhere near as bad as the Woods of Melody down to the south of it. But there's still a something doesn't feel right. Could be because you're chasing after an insect lion, but like there's a feeling. It was a tang of energy in the air, like you're too close to a power line.
Tang.
It's what the astronauts drink.
And eventually, as you go through, you do find um, covered in growth. It looks like this has been cleared out. Like it's not as in depth as it was by the road. It wasn't like scrubby brush taking it over, but this looks like it was at one point more recently used as a road, but has become overgrown. And a giant, massive concrete structure of a gate with faded letters you can barely see through the moss. Wesker Park Zoo. And the lion kind of. Anthony looks back towards you guys with a look. And it's not like an angry look or anything, but it's a look. And he turns back and his jaws open wide and he gives a low, deep, rumbling roar. And it's so loud that you instinctively close your eyes and your ears pop with a sense of static. And then welcome to the bewitched melody outside of melody. But it feels that static electrical energy in the air is still there, as are the wonderful sounds of a cacophony as the zoo seems to come alive before you. And in the very far back from where you can see the entrance, like the zoo's in this big valley, is a mansion on top of a hill. But like you look back to Anthony, he looks happy. Like he's home.
All right. If I had to take a guess, I would guess that we have to go there to the creepy, death-looking mansion.
It looks almost warm and inviting. Like it almost looks like a place you'd want to live.
Creepy death mansion. Hell knows better.
I mean, I've seen creepier. I've lived in creepier.
Like, I'm getting the vibe that I should have brought a rocket launcher.
The one I had to go deal with in Nocturne a few weeks ago while you were all in further up in the long rest. A little more dilapidated. But yeah. Nothing looks this good in this side of reality unless it's haunted.
Well, I guess we should get going.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Guess he's gonna go try to open the gate.
Oh, the gate's open.
Okay, that's good.
Wide open. That's how Anthony got out. So you go down and you see like what looks like dilapidated booths where like there may have been stuff sold at one point, and there was a visitors area. Very clearly left in disarray, and even with the weirdness, still is. It feels like it's bigger, but it still feels more empty because of that. And you reach the center of the little entry area, and there's a very large pond. But there's nothing in the pond, as far as you can see. But there's a couple of signs that you can go take a look at. And they're like labeled by like little biomes. You have forest and savanna and jungle and ape house and aquarium and a reptile house and something called the gardens. And actually, I have one thing I do want to do. Celia, would you roll me a sharp and or a weird, whichever is better for you?
Okay. Let me double check that. That's a 7.
That is actually just good enough. So while you're looking around and things, you feel a pull. Like it's almost like a tie to the lake, sort of a thing.
Ooh.
And you look down, and there is, in fact, a large white feather sitting there on the ground.
Huh.
Do you pick it up?
Yes.
Cool. It feels soft.
Huh. Downy.
And if anyone else would like to roll a sharp check at this point, they are welcome to. Read a bad situation, investigate a mystery, whichever you would like to check first.
Bad situation.
Okay, I got a 10, Gilbert.
I got a 9.
High five.
Yay.
Okay, so what do you guys want to look for? I guess is the question.
I'm reading
First.
a bad situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get my list up because I forgot to pull that up. To be in the grand scheme of things, I have my notes, so we've been doing better. I get some of these extra tabs closed up. So read a bad situation. So on a 7 and 9 you get 1. On a 10 plus you get 3. Uh, Questions are: what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
I guess what's the best way in? Trying to find the best route to get to the mansion, preferably without going near the primate house because that is bad. They already have thumbs.
That's fair. So you're kind of taking a look at it, and the best way to get to there might be to go to the gardens, which seems to be pointing towards the house in particular. But you're probably going to pass by a couple of different exhibits, and who knows what you're going to run into on the way there. This is, in fact, a whole zoo.
Okay.
And
Nice.
which ones do you want to ask, Drake?
I'll hold mine until we get further in, because we literally just did enter, and there's probably not much at the initial start to really give anything away.
You know, I'm just going to grab a d20 and see what happens.
You should find the toucan. They're not good for frying, but they are nifty to look at.
Any idea what this feather belongs to?
Would Grandel know?
Roll me. No, actually, you don't. It looks just like a weird bird feather. And Isaac, for your questions for investigate a mystery, you got a 9, so you get a hold of 1. What happened here? What sort of creature is it, or creatures? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
I'm gonna go with what is being concealed here as a start.
Fantastic. So you go with what is being concealed here, and as they're kind of like looking at the feather, and they're kind of like trying to figure out which way to go, a flash of familiar metallic light catches your eye. Um, so if you go over when you go over to look at it, It is another audio recording device with a tape in it.
Oh, pick it
And
up and bring it back
you
to the
will
group.
you will also notice as you pick it up, as if it's been covered and dirtied away. Of all things, is a tutu.
A tutu?
Like as a
Like,
ballet dancing tutu, yes.
yes. Mm, okay. Bring the thing back over to the group. It's like, found another recorder.
Ooh.
Gather everyone around and hit play.
You hit play. You don't have to repair this one. Because the audio first sound makes the sound of somebody struggling around in an office, and the very exasperated voice of Haskell Moore going, "God damn it, we're putting a no on that universe. I don't care how fucking funny it is when you throw a fucking cracker, like nutcracker, it comes out. It's like, oh, he's talking and dancing. That one fucked us over, and she's gotten loose." There's a sound of a window smashing, and go, "Son of a bitch," and the recording cuts off.
Did that just say Nutcracker?
Yeah, and there was a tutu and found with this. Okay,
God. Hey, monkey in the
I'm
back.
starting to appreciate Spindle more and more.
I'm making you appreciate Spindle.
Oh God. They have killer monkeys and ballerina tutus. We're not safe.
I thought killer battle arenas were bad on their own.
The only thing that can effectively kill them is the pressure of the Earth's layers.
Okay. So you guys know you should probably go to the gardens, but your friend, oh buddy, oh pal Anthony, who looks very happy to be here, starts sniffing around and you hear him growling. Which is a terrifying thing when you realize it's a lion. That's not a quiet noise.
Oh, well, I'll use one of my holds
Hmm?
to figure out what exactly he's growling at, or see if I can see what he's growling at.
So at first, it looks like he's growling out a giant, massive snake with these huge fangs, like wiggling back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize that's a peacock, and its tail is moving in an image.
What's the image of?
A giant snake with fangs.
Ah.
Whoa.
So Anthony doesn't see the bird, he sees the giant snake moving. The peacock is also just screaming because it's a peacock.
They do just scream.
Yeah.
Is there anything I could do to get the peacock scurrying away?
You could try to startle it, but there's a fucking lion in front of it.
Listen, I'll take my chances. What do you want me to roll, funny man?
Tough.
Tough. Oh, no. That was a failure. I got a 4.
Ooh. Um,
I can see. Can I see what he's doing and try to help him?
sure. He's on top of your head, but sure.
I mean, if he's trying to scare somebody as a fucking mouse, no wonder he got a 4. So it's like help out is cool, right? Yeah. All right. So that is a 9. I believe that works.
Okay, cool. So Drake as a mouse isn't that scary, because it's a mouse and the bird is literally in front of a lion. And then Hal turns around and looks at the bird, and the bird goes and like suddenly folds its feathers together and bolts.
Rude.
You spooked it more than the lion did, and Anthony is unfortunately a cat, so he plays chase further into the zoo.
I know I should have put a tracker on him.
Shit. Which way is he going?
It looks like he's headed towards chasing the bird, which seems to be heading towards the jungle section.
Shit. I guess we should go after him.
Most likely, yes.
Okay.
Alright, let's follow the mutated lion into the haunted zoo.
What's the worst that could happen?
That's kind of how we got here in the first place.
Alaska Park Zoo.
It's kind of how we got here in the first place, I think. To be fair.
If it beats the Boomerang Zoo, we'd have to be in Hanna-Barbera then.
I am many things, but I will never make you suffer through Hanna-Barbera. That is Will's right, not mine.
I like Hanna-Barbera.
So do I.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too, but we're not going to get into
Yeah.
that.
Just not.
So,
Maybe not an entire zoo made of Hanna-Barbera.
Just some human lion fusion. Yeah.
let's see. If you're going into that section, that is this part of the works. Fantastic. So you go into the jungle section, and you're going through this path through the woods, and you turn a corner, and suddenly you're in a tropical rainforest. Like, it is suddenly 90 degrees, hot and sweltering.
Oh, this is nice.
And you can tell, if you want to figure out where Anthony has gone to, I need you all to roll me some investigative mysteries, please.
I got a 6, so I'm not seeing shit.
I got an 8.
I got a 6, so I'm not seeing shit.
Hey!
Okay. So for the people who got a 6, Celia, you were starting to look for where the fuck Anthony went, but got distracted because there's another white feather there.
Ooh, she picks it up too.
Drake, you looked at a flower and it spat pollen in your face and laughed at you.
This is worse than the knowledge that Sonic characters have human feet. Oh.
Wait, they what?
What?
We're not getting into that, Drake. We're not getting into that. So investigate a mystery. So for anybody who got a 7 through a 9, which would be Hal, you get one of these questions, and then for anyone above a 10 or above, get 2. So the question is, what happened here? What sort of creature is it? Which is Anthony, hopefully, just Anthony. What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
Hal's going to ask where'd it go, referring to Anthony.
So Anthony seems to have made his way through the foliage off the trail, chasing after the bird, and you can hear very faintly in the distance the alarm cries of other peacocks. He went off trail, and you don't know what's in the trail, let alone off the trail. But he went that way.
Oh, goody.
Grandel, what do you want to ask?
What is being concealed here, and what was he trying to do? I guess.
So what happened here?
Yeah. What happened? Yeah.
So what it looks like, from what you can tell from the scratch marks on the ground, Anthony like almost cornered the peacock, and the peacock flew into the trees on the top because it's a bird and remembered it could fly. And then he was like, "Oh, that's a fun game," and it ran that way.
Okay.
What is being concealed here? So you go up to try to take a look, right? Maybe get a more of a bird's eye view.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're flying up, you think you see in the tops of the trees something large and furry, and you can hear discordant notes of a banjo.
All right. He's gonna wave and go, Sam, Sam, is that you?
You go to look at it.
Yeah.
So you fly towards the sounds of the discordant banjo, and you round a tree branch, and sitting in a large tree branch is an orangutan with a banjo.
Uh-oh.
So scratch his chin and go, hello, you know Sam. He likes banjos.
And it just kind of like turns his head, cocks it, kind of like reaches out towards you out of curiosity.
You also reach towards the hand.
And like it touches against the stone, like pulls back. It's like, "Whoop, whoop, whoop."
Hello, I am Grandel. I am friend.
He kind of like pulls himself up from it and like gets up and sniffs you. Um, so I don't know if you've ever met an orangutan. I don't know
Not
if you.
personally. Is this one of those
Um,
really big fuck off male orangutans?
it's a male orangutan.
Mm,
He's a big boy. He's just kind of like poking at you, like
okay, let's just
grab his sticks,
kind
like
of
poking.
mimic. I'm just gonna kind of mimic him and poke him back, not like hard, just kind of like poke. Hello.
And you guys down below all of a sudden hear a fucking orangutan.
Uh, why? Why is there?
Why is there an ape out of the ape house? Oh, won't you find out?
Uh,
Um, and you see Grandel, the orangutan climbs down, still holding the banjo, down to the forest floor. And he's like, and he kind of like makes his way out on the trail, and you guys see just a regular orangutan with a banjo.
Oh,
Okay.
I found someone. I think you know Sam.
And he just like runs back into the trees.
Oh, I want a witness.
Not all of the animals are mutants. Some of them are just fucked up animals. Checking that one off my list.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess that went better than I thought it would. What was your next question, Grandel?
Was what was being concealed here, which I guess was the orangutan.
That was entirely the orangutan.
And what had happened here was that it skidded off to the tree, trees chasing. The orangutan skidded off to the trees chasing the peacock. He's gonna point towards the trees. And goes, I think he went that way.
Okay.
I guess we keep following.
I mean, if you want to. I guess you could just leave him in the wrong biome. It's like, what else could be
No,
out there?
that's
You
what I
know?
mean. Keep trying to find Anthony.
Sure. Go find him. Get your boy. He's lost. He's chasing after a bird like an idiot cat.
Did anyone bring a laser pointer?
I did, but then I sat on it.
I can spray him with water.
Rick pulls up a laser pointer. I got one.
Okay. So you guys delve deeper into the jungle section. Do you go? Are you going into the trees like he did, or are you staying on the trail, the path that the original zoo seems to still have somehow?
Should we stay on the trail or should we risk it?
Let's risk it.
Risk it
Yeah.
for the biscuit.
Right. I guess we go off trail. follow the bug lion.
You go off the trail following the bug lion, because that's never gone bad for anybody.
Oh, we're fine.
Definitely not. Yeah.
So you guys start trying to follow the trail through the trees, wandering back and forth, and eventually you end up in what you think is a clearing, and then you turn to your right to see a windowed wall, and you realize somehow in between the jungle from where you entered on the path and off of it, you're in an exhibit. It's a fairly large, wide open exhibit too. Like if something big was in here. And you hear a trumpeting noise, and that
Of
your mind
course.
goes back to the elephant picture you saw,
Yep.
and you turn around, and the elephants plural of Asian variety, are there. And the big bull one comes up to you, and he trumpets, and he comes up to your shin.
What?
They are the smallest elephants you have ever seen. You have cats bigger than these elephants.
Aww.
The general is bigger than these elephants.
Oh,
There's about 10 of them, but they're like pickup huggable size.
it's exactly what Hal's doing.
Huh.
He's like, oh shit.
Celia scoops one up too.
Oh my
You guys
god.
scoop
Well, I
up
heard that.
elephants. They trumpet in surprise. They still trumpet like an elephant does, like a normal size elephant. They're just small.
Aww. Are so cute. Don't worry, I won't let Thomas Edison anywhere near you.
The elephant struggles in your arms at the mention of Thomas Edison.
It's okay, Topsy too.
You're not making this better, Isaac.
I just heard
You just-
Nora fucking cackle down the hallway.
Good. But yeah, so you're holding these elephants in your arms, and the others are like coming up to you, and like their trunks are like all over you guys, like they're investigating you. They don't know how to handle this situation. You're new. You're strange.
Okay, I think we might be giving them an existential crisis.
Aww.
Well, you're new creatures, and you're not being outwardly hostile. Elephants are also naturally, and in the real world, they look at humans and get the same response to their brain as we do when we look at puppies. So you're big, cute things.
Hal is like sitting cross-legged now, and he's gathering as many tiny elephants as he can into his lap, and he looks really happy.
Aww.
Oh, that's sweet and adorable.
Celia reaches into her pocket and pulls out a handful of baby carrots and then just holds it in front of the elephant she's holding.
Oh, she like immediately trunk wraps around and she's just gnawing on it and it looks adorable.
Aww.
But yeah, so they're interacting with you. I need to flip a coin real quick. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
How? Odds or evens?
Evens.
Ooh, rolled odds.
Of course you did.
Um, so you're playing with the elephants, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you hear what sounds. Have you ever heard like when a noise gets distorted and it cuts in and out of places and switches places in audio where it shouldn't?
Yeah. I've
So you
watched
hear a
YouTube.
noise. So you hear a noise kind of like that. That's almost kind of like Anthony's, but with that weird disjointedness and a growl.
Oh, goody.
You are in the jungle section. Hold on a
Mm.
second. Where did I put? Where are you? Be in the peas, wouldn't you? So you look up, and at the edge of this clearing where the fences would have been in a normal time frame, I have a picture stashed here. I just have to get through all these files I downloaded ages ago. Here it is. Comes out another cat. But while the lion is the king of the savannah, everyone knows the tiger's the real king of the jungle, right? We've all watched The Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Um, but as this tiger emerges from the jungle, you can immediately tell something's wrong. Because its face isn't at one place at one point, but in 3 or 4 different places at any given moment.
Displacer cat.
Welcome to the Phantasmal Tiger, as I have dubbed him.
Y'all are seeing this, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing
Yeah.
it. I don't
There we
like
go.
it.
There's my
Oh
picture.
dear.
Oh.
So that's looking right at you.
I'm seeing it. I don't like it.
I like the heads are moving in and out of space. Like they're not like one face is they're not like permanently just like those faces roaring. It's like one emerges and another sinks back in.
It's
And
making me dizzy.
Drake cries out, "Kitty!" and just rushes towards it.
okay. I need you to roll me. What happened? How do you roll to get out of this? Act under pressure, please. Which was a cool.
Yeah. Hold on. I got a 13.
Oh, thank fuck. So somehow you go forth and go kitty, and the tiger does as you've seen if you've ever seen a video online of a tiger ambushing one of those safari backs on elephants, it just suddenly bolts and it is on top of you. Somehow you only take one harm by the skin of your teeth. Because one of the mouths, it doesn't bite you, it phases into your flesh.
Drake's
And
going to turn it.
And you can feel that in your ghost monster body.
Ooh. Drake's going to turn into said ghost monster body and try to restrain the kitty.
Okay, I need you to roll me to kick some ass.
Okay. I got an 8.
Yeah, so you turn into your monster body form a little bit, right? Because you like when you do it, you feel the electrical static energy just kind of building on you. And it makes it a little just harder to hit it. And for somehow you go to hit it, like smack it on the snout like Bad Kitty, and the snout's not there, so it whiffs. I rolled a 12 for that defense. Like, that.
Hey, Grandel, can you help me with this kitty, please?
Yeah, I can help you with the kitty.
Excellent. Excellent.
Lumbers over and just hugs it from behind. Hello, kitty.
I'll need you to roll me a kick smash to grapple the kitty. Not that you're kicking its ass, but you know what I mean.
A 10.
Okay.
Just picks it up.
So it's like picking up a cat that's made out of liquid. You know, like when they go droopy, except it's just trying to be static at that point. So it is. The heads are like thrashing in and out of view, and it's roaring and making a noise. And so from within the jungle, something responds angrily.
Ugh.
The elephants are, by the way, like hiding behind Hal. They're all trying to crouch behind Hal.
Of course. It's the biggest object.
Wow.
Don't objectify Hal.
Yeah.
No, he's a very fine object.
Hmm. He's our beefcake.
Grendel is distracted by trying to hold on and slowly, like, Play-Doh ball up the cat. Since it's mostly liquid.
Yes.
God damn it, Daisy.
Okay, so you get a hold of the kitty. The kitty's thrashing around. Something's coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't quite take too long because the elephants are crying out for help. Something's angrily responded, and the trees burst out. And you remember that Stegosaurus picture I specifically shared because I'd hoped you'd go here?
Fucking knew it.
The Stegosaurus comes charging fucking out of the woods, raising hell. But it seems to insert itself in between Hal and the party and the tiger. And it's like roaring specifically at you and the cat. Mostly at the cat. You're just there.
Grendel holds the cat in one arm and then just waves, "Hello, other kitty." He doesn't know the fucking Stegosaurus.
Hold on a second. Let's see if the tiger breaks out.
Everything is either ape or kitty.
Level 12. Fuck. So the tiger slips out, right? But between the one rock thing that grappled it, the weird ghost monster thing, and the goddamn Stegosaurus, it's like I have bitten more off than I can chew here, and he bolts off. Like it almost like phases in and out of reality that hits the trees and vanishes.
It pulls a Homer Simpson or that one meme guy who goes peace and just vanishes.
Yes. So the Stegosaurus turns to you, Drake,
Mm-hmm.
and looks at you and starts swishing the tail dangerously.
Puppy!
No. You are currently in between her and the elephants.
Hmm.
Like, and she seems like she's like trying to look over you to see the elephants, which are like trying. You notice how they suddenly kind of like start rushing out from behind you, except the one in your arm because it can't get out, and they all kind of like crowd around the Stegosaurus's legs.
Well, Hal puts the one in his arms down because it obviously wants to go over there.
You would think so, but the one in your arms just kind of like stands right by you and just looks up at you.
She must be their queen.
If he
Celia
doesn't,
says, not even thinking to put hers down.
if he doesn't want to go over there, Hal's going to pick it back up.
Oh, no objection.
tiny elephant. Come on.
And once she realizes that Drake's not a threat, she turns to the Stegosaurus turns to Granville and goes, "Well, I appreciate you being there to watch after my kids.
Oh, he's a talking kitty. Hello.
I'm a statue like you, mate.
Oh, he's very well designed. I couldn't tell at first.
Appreciate that. Had one
Oh,
person tell me I was outdated. They're not here anymore. Fired.
I think if you were around before they had been born, it doesn't.
Fair enough. Who
Anyway,
are you?
hello, my name's Grandel.
Hello. My name's Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
These are my kids.
He's gonna turn to the other group. Are they hearing what he's hearing?
Oh, and everyone can hear her just talk like a normal person.
Okay, cool. Grandel wasn't sure if it was like statue to statue communication.
Hal just has the face on. He's like, oh yeah, this is happening. This is fine. I'm just going to concentrate on my tiny elephant.
They like baby carrots.
Do you have any
I
baby
do
carrots?
I do try to feed them baby carrots when I can find them. I gave them a big carrot once. Never again. But it seems that Bernard and if I want to make an elephant name up, I only had Bernard down. Bernard and Susie seem to like you. If you wish to keep with them for a while, just make sure they get back to me when you're done. And make sure nothing hurts them. I'd hate to have to impale you on my tail.
They hate to have to hurt your tail.
I think we should leave them here. We're going to the big the big mansion up there. No idea what's in there.
The big fuck off. Yeah.
Oh, Syracuse is up there. He's a cranky bastard. Of course you gotta get past the topiaries and get the key thingies. You want me to show you where the key thingy is?
If you would.
Would appreciate it, yeah.
Okie dokie. Come on, lovelies, follow me. And like the Stegosaurus statue just kind of like lumbers into the jungle. It's a horde of tiny baby elephant things following after it.
This is unnecessarily adorable.
This is the adorable section. It only gets worse from here.
God bless colonial calendaring.
My name's Tracy, but okay.
It's a title. It's fine.
Colonel Tracy Calderine has a ring to it. But yeah, the human people. No offense to you, Mr. Tallman. I thought you were part Sasquatch. The human people keep their keys in this building, and she takes you out to this building. And as you all step out into this clearing, which is pretty much a staff area, you find Anthony being surrounded by moving GIF images on the tails of peacocks. Looks like you. I haven't seen this fellow in a bit. I thought he ran off.
He did. We brought him back.
Oh, that was dumb of him to come back, but okay.
And then he
You're
ran
all
off again.
Yeah, that sounds about right. He never stayed back in the savannah part where he's supposed to be. Wonder how his missuses are doing. Yes, no worry. And you hear Tracy like give a guttural groan, and all of the peacocks somehow land on her instead of like they recognize that Tracy's a statue, not a living thing. She's like, I'm assuming he knows you. I don't know his name. He likes to go by Ragabragabra.
We've been mostly calling him Anthony.
Oh, that's a good name. Hello, Anthony. And the lion just kind of like looks to you owl holding like an elephant in your arms because Bernard is not letting go. And he looks back to the Stegosaurus and looks back to you. And he kind of like sheepishly kind of approaches you, like never breaking eye contact with the Stegosaurus. Oh, he likes you. That's nice.
Well, I like
Better
him
not
too.
eat. You better not eat my babies, Anthony. I will impale you again. He kind of gives like a sheepish. Anthony gives like a sheepish groan. It's like, oh, it's fine, mate. But yeah, he and his keep their stuff in that box there. Not hard a reason to get into that box. Though I do find out I do love the taste of alfalfa, so I've broken into a couple of other Humi boxes. It's scratchy going down my throat.
Blinking at that, Grendel goes, "Oh, use a statue that can eat."
Oh, it's never come back out. I got a hollow system. At some point it might.
I'm just filled with water. He does a little like shake of the hips, and you hear a faint sloshing sound.
Oh, use a fountain. Use a
Yeah?
fountain gargoyle. Nice. I thought I met a fountain gargoyle once, and then he spat fire at me. But
Oh,
that's when I got sentience in the statue world. Oh, so it's fine.
just scratches the side of his head at that because he's not understanding half of this.
No one is. That's half the fun. See, I was as one of the non-moving statues, right? And then they were like, "Oi, we found a portal," and I'm like, "What's a portal?" But I couldn't talk because I was a statue, didn't have a vocal box. And so they were like, "What if we just put this in there?" And they put me in, and I saw a bunch of other statues, and they said, "Well, why aren't you talking?" So I told them I can't talk. Hey, I can talk. What's my name? And they told me my name was Tracy. And then the portal opened back up again. They said, "Have fun, Tracy." So I walked back out, and then they screamed, Huey screamed, and then I just kind of fucked off. And these little guys a while after.
Okay. You said there's keys in this box that we need.
Yeah, so it's a shed, and there's a door on it that's closed. I was like, I couldn't open it. Don't got no hands. The babies try, but they can't reach.
Yeah, I was gonna try to open the door, I guess.
It opens.
Okay.
It has a latch, so you have to like push in the latch to open it. Kind of handles.
Okay.
And it kind of looks like the orangutan got in here at some point, as the only one with thumbs.
So he relatched it on the way out.
It auto latches. It's one of those like doorknobs you get at like a commercial grade place. So it's like you have to like push in to open to willingly open it. But once you close it, it auto locks. Because the last thing you want to do is be working on an animal and a thing, and the door doesn't automatically lock, and then the animal wakes up and gets out.
Gotcha.
But you get into there, and it looks like it's a mixture of a veterinary lab and an office space. Hanging up on a wall near the veterinary lab area looks like a weird key. It's a long metal tube attached to a big black thing with little green tips.
Okay. Pete picks that up off the wall.
Yep. And if you want to look for anything else, roll me investigative mystery. Because this is the most well put together and not dilapidated place you've seen so far.
As well. Alright, hell. 10.
Nice.
Okay. Anyone can roll that investigative mystery, by the way. That's not just out. Okay. So 7 and 9, you get one question.
Oh,
Who do we lose? We lost Sarah.
Uh-oh.
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 Discord.
His net has been acting up all night. Maybe it finally died.
Yeah.
Hold on, he's typing a message. Well, I mean, if it comes to it, this isn't a bad stopping point.
Wi-Fi needs restarting.
Yeah, we'll wait a minute.
Yeah.
We'll finish up with the jungle part tonight, and then we'll probably put a kibosh into it. Oh, hello?
Hello?
We can't hear you, Sarah, if you're trying to talk.
Okay, I don't know
There
what
we
the
go.
fuck's
There
on.
we go.
Oh, my
And how-
Wi-Fi just has not been very good today.
Oh, you're fine.
It happens.
We take a pause to make sure you can hear things. So Grendel, with yours, let's see. Celia, did you want to roll and investigate a mystery, or are you busy playing with the baby elephants?
I am definitely busy playing with an elephant.
You're absolutely. So you go through, you're digging through places. Grendel, you don't really know what you're looking for because like the key was obvious. So you find an apple.
Oh. Is it a fresh apple?
It looks like it's a fresh apple.
And he will use his claws to cut it into sections and then hand it to the little baby elephants.
Okay, that's fair. And I'm just using this to kind of rummage through things. Does anyone have a question they want to ask, or they rather just me find them things?
Mm,
What is being concealed here? Isaac's
What is
just always looking out for danger.
Yeah. So what is being concealed here? You will notice that around the room, because you work more probably than anyone else with dangerous firearms, so you recognize that, hey, these are lethal rounds. Whoever was last in here operating it as an office had access to high-end firearms. Like we're talking high power, elephant killing levels of stuff, and almost all of it's untouched, undisturbed. And by one of those, you find a recorder.
boy.
Drake, what question do you want to ask?
What's the best way? Hmm. Any other dangers we haven't noticed yet?
Any other dangers you haven't noticed yet? So you're looking through for stuff, and you find a map of the forest area, of the jungle, right?
All right.
And there's a part that is marked and circled bear.
Hmm. Hey guys, found a map. Part that says bear. Wonder if it's just a bear.
That's ominous.
Probably not anymore.
And you can
Yeah.
specifically see faded out on it, it says sun bear.
Oh god.
Oh, fuck.
No. No.
How? Do you have any questions you would like to ask?
Okay, I'm gonna hold one.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's what was being done here, or I guess.
What happened here?
Yeah, what happened here?
So, from what you can tell, this facility is a vet medical research area. Like, this is where they prepared food, did medical stuff. So, whoever, like, since it is newer compared to, like, the areas you weren't into before. I'm sorry, behold a man. Um, and the areas you were at before, it looks like it had been really run down, fully abandoned stuff that's been almost completely eaten by nature. This is far too new to have not been inhabited. So somebody has been using this area and to store animals. Which, given what you know of Bray, means they bought the zoo with the intent of if they ever had animals, they could just put them in the old exhibits, and that'd be fine.
Okay.
So there's that. Also, you have a recorder.
Yep.
There's two
Alright, found
recorders.
another recorder.
I found one too.
Just leaving these things around as if they are waiting for people to come by later and find them to learn.
I think they just drop them and just get another one.
So who plays theirs first?
Isaac. Isaac can go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, so you press yours in first, and you recognize the cold voice of the scientist from the first one, going through the date and time again, and he goes, and there's a pause, and he's like, so we tested the Ripper for the first time, the dimensional terror, and we didn't want to do a living subject because we weren't sure what was going to happen. So, as much as I hate Mr. Moore's eccentricities, he suggested we take the old Stegosaurus statue from the kids' area, the only thing left from the kids' area, and put it in. And if nothing happened, it would be safe to send in more remote equipment. So somehow we pulled that stupid, outdated piece of junk, pulled it up from the ground, and inserted it into the museum, into the portal, the Dimension Terror. And we waited. It was on a lead and chain, just to make sure that we could see if it got cut, if something damaged it, if it moved. And it did after a while. And then it walked back out. We don't know what to call this access dimension. It seems to animate the inanimate. But overall, I am more confused than excited because this has so many more questions, so much more to find out. And it cuts off. Because there's a researcher fellow that I remembered. And then Hal, you play
so proud.
and you have Hal, you play yours, and it is very much not the researcher fellow. It's like, by Jove, we're going to make millions off of this. So we use that new Dimension Terror, right? And we're like, we have all these elephants, and we gotta figure out what the fuck we're gonna do with these elephants. They're eating us out of house and home. So we opened up a dimension, we shoved them in to see what came out, and they're literally the size of dogs. We can feed them on almost nothing. We can breed them and have the newest hot pet. We're going to make millions, billions off of this. We just gotta shove more big things in the small universe. There's a click, and then a click back on, and there's a voice going, okay, we are not shoving more things in that universe. A mosquito flew in and came out big. We're calling it Reverse World, and we're not fucking with it anymore. And,
El Moscow. Celia mutters under her breath. It does exist.
Moscow.
Fuck. Hal is just muttering fuck under his breath. If the fucking elephants are still here, so is that.
Hold on, I have to write that one down.
This could be a second campaign where your character will
Yeah, it's almost like I'm worried or something.
which was also run by Gray.
It's almost like Gray has the habit of trying to kill my fucking characters with giant fucking mosquitoes.
Listen, if I had a nickel for every time Gray tried to kill one Scathless character with giant mosquitoes, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah, at least it's not trilobites, right?
encountered once so far.
So far. So yeah. So you guys leave the shack, and Tracy's like, "Oh, did you get what you needed?"
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, I had a talk with Bernard here, the elephant you were holding, and Miss Lucy there, who's in your friend's hands. They would like to go on an adventure with the zoo to you, if that's all right with you.
Aww.
Sure.
Just bring them back when you're done, or if you're ready for them to go back, when they're ready to go back, they'll just leave. Don't worry about it. They'll find their way home. They're clever little fellas and gals. Also, I believe I'm giving your friend over there major anxiety. You just see like Anthony like cowering.
It's okay, Anthony. You can come with us.
Okay, he like kind of like comes up to you, he's like nuzzling against you and sniffs the small elephant who like sniffs him back with his tiny little trunk.
Oh my god. Getting attached.
So
Oh,
I have
and
a question.
yeah, also
If the tiny elephants still sound like big elephants, does that mean that if we stumble upon El Mosco, it's only going to sound like a tiny normal-sized mosquito? Could be behind
I've
us right now.
I've never seen a giant mosquito before, so I couldn't tell you. But if you see him, tell him Tracy sent you.
Okay. Celia's just
Oh,
frantically looking behind her now.
no. I think it has to do with the square spacing of elephant lungs and vocal cords. Like, just because they're smaller doesn't mean they don't have, like, proportionately, like, smaller vocal cords. It just means their vocal cords are just compact. But I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anatomy. I'm a statue. I'm made of concrete and paint.
No anatomy, but I just fucking rattled off an anatomy class.
That's
I
great.
mean,
That's the GM's hyperfixations on biology showing through.
it's a zoo. There's probably an information plaque or something.
Yeah, there used to be a placard before the orangutan stole it.
Wonder what they're using it for.
I think I watched him pick it up and throw it into the woods.
Using
I don't
it,
know if he's an animal or if he's just an animal.
using it for crimes.
Using it for crimes. Oh, you guys are giving me so many good ideas.
What would orangutans do with that much knowledge on elephant biology?
I
What
won't
if,
fight an elephant. They're too
wait,
small.
what if he's merged with El Mosco and he can turn forms?
Ah, it's a bit ridiculous, isn't it, mate?
You would think that, but do you see where you live?
Jungle.
Exactly.
Jungle.
Jungles aren't real.
Neither are you.
I mean, are any of us? We're all just
I don't.
characters in a fictional game.
I don't think. I think that's a little bit too much at reading into it.
Listen, you opened this box.
I don't have hands to open the box.
I feel like I'm far too fleshed out to be a fictional character.
Fair enough. We
And
all
yet
have
you
fun.
don't have a
Oh, and
leg
tell
to
Mr.
stand on.
Bear I said hello. And with that, the Stegosaurus and the herd of baby small elephants run into the woods.
They're adult elephants, but they're babies at heart.
Yes.
They're babies.
So you can either go back into the jungle where you know the phantasmal tiger ran off to, or you can try and go see the bear, Mr. Bear.
The man.
The man. A
The
man,
man.
bear man.
The man. The bear. Not the pig, though.
Yeah.
This is a no-cost
Fuck
zone.
Yeah. Fuck that series.
So you go through the forest and you slowly approach the bear man, the man bear man, right? There it says there's a sun bear, and you round a corner and there's a fairly decently sized exhibit. Looks like they took two exhibits and tore it apart to make one bigger one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the center of this exhibit with some trees, there's a chair, and in the chair sits a bear like he is a man. It is a sun bear, so he looks a little too much like a man.
There was a man up in the woods.
That's just
Like,
a
hold on.
dude. That's just a dude sitting in this fucking.
Grandel will wave. Hello.
He raises up a hand and gives like a little bear wave.
Continues to wave.
Excuse me, are you man or bear?
He just kind of looks at you. So I'm imagining he's sitting like this, just in a really big chair.
Just in a fucking lawn chair. He's reading a newspaper somehow.
No, he's not reading a newspaper, he's just sitting. I'm imagining specifically, it's like this picture, but there's a chair. And he just kind of looks at you guys like, there's a new face.
Hello. As Hal has a giant bug lion and a tiny elephant in the crook of his arm. He's just waving hello to this man.
The bear man, the bear that you swear is a man just kind of looks and then kind of like falls off the chair and just starts walking like a bear. Is it a bear? Is it a man? You'll never know, will you?
All I know is that fursuits are really getting in depth now.
It looks back at you. It stands up on its hind legs. It sticks its long, nearly 7.5-inch tongue out, rolls it back in, and then just stands there looking at you.
Again, very advanced.
What does that mean when they do that? Isaac, do you know what that means when they do that?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Celia, do you know what it means when they do that?
Well, when I do it, it usually just means I'm bored.
Does it want to play, like, tic-tac-toe or something?
Maybe. We should ask.
Gray, put that picture back.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I didn't put that picture in.
DZ, put that picture
These
back.
are scrunch.
It doesn't have eyes.
Scrunch. Actually, I have a better picture for what you guys are seeing when you're sitting down. Hold on.
Oh, God.
You want some face with your wrinkles, sir?
Just kind of like away. Fucking love stone bears, man.
Don't worry, sir. We do not judge you for your activities.
The bear gives a thumbs up and then just kind of like waddles back over to his chair and sits down.
Okay. We're just gonna, like, walk through. Is that alright?
Yeah. Like, you guys are on the other side of the fence looking at him. Like, there's a plexiglass fence so you can see him perfectly, but he's just sitting there in his chair.
He looks
Bear
like
in
he's
chair.
doing fine.
What will he do?
His bear chair.
That was actually the first instance I've had a civil conversation with a furry. It's nice.
We'll be there.
I know that would be too much. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so congratulations. You have successfully made it back into the main circuit area, closer to the mansion, with your lion and some elephant buddies.
I don't like that mouth. I do not like that mouth. It doesn't even look like
My
teeth.
God, Drake, you can't just insult someone's mouth like that.
This isn't Drake. This is my player character.
Oh, okay.
Seriously, what?
We will go through the fucked up nature of the Sun Bearer at a later time. So the question is, it is currently 10:30 my time, and I have to work tomorrow. How long can people stay on?
I'm good if you want to end it here. It was a
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make a note that we finished the jungle, and how many feathers we've collected.
And we saw the sun bear.
The burr.
It was probably a furry. Or a skinny, actually. A skinny is a creature that dresses up in a human suit.
Oh my
You can't
God.
run from Squinch. Okay. So thank you everybody for playing tonight. I really do appreciate it.
It was a
And
lot of fun.
we will be back next Sunday to see how much further they get into the wonderful fucked up woods of the zoo. There's more than just woods. There is a woods section.
It's a lot.
Into the woods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 technical areas you haven't explored yet.
Ooh. Fun.
Dang.
Just
I was told I could build a fucked up zoo. I built a fucked up zoo.
Want to see them all.
just gonna sit here and live in dread for the next week of that fucking gigantic mosquito.
Okay, but like I was like I wanted to do the funny thing with the bug, and my first thought of the brain is, well, of course there'd be a mosquito. There's mosquitoes everywhere. I didn't mean to make El Mosco canon.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
I think
You
we've
re-
been playing this long enough to know that everything you mention offhand is canon and will come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watch. If Suki ever dies, it's going to be because of El Mosco.
It's gonna come back
Mark
and
my
literally
words.
bite you in the ass.
Okay.
Is
Thanks for everybody for playing. Bye-bye.
is there any stingers that anybody wants to do, or are we just gonna sign off?
That is a good question. Will, do we want to have an update on the whole mannequin thing?
No.
No.
I get it.
No.
No updates yet.